Force. Hey guys, it's Claus. Welcome back. Look, I have a new tank. The Bat Chatillon Bourrasque. The new French Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank. I did not buy this tank. Full disclosure, Wargaming gave me this tank so that I can make this content. I want you to keep that in mind while you watch. Let me show you a couple of games to give you my no bullshit opinion on this tank. Look at it. Did I say medium tank? It looks kind of like a light tank. It's small. It's not as small as that little ELC even there, but oh, it's fast. I would have to say it's kind of a hybrid. It's a hybrid light medium, but it is classified as a medium. But look at this. I'm going over 70, so right away you know it's fast. Yes, it's fast. And look on the screen there. I've got 2 shots. 2 shots. Yes, it has an autoloader. It takes 2 shots. And after you fire your first shot, it only takes 2 seconds to load the next one. Let's fire the first one, and the next one is loaded. But I'm not ready to shoot. That's fast. 2 seconds to reload the second shot. Boom. Okay. One of my shots hit. 375 damage. That's a lot. It's got a 2-shot autoloader that reloads in 2 seconds. Inter-shot time, and the alpha is 360. So you can burst 720 damage, plus or minus 25%, in 2 seconds after you fire your first shot. Which right away, some good players are thinking, this is going to be an ambush monster. Yes, it will. You can poke around corners and you can show up unsuspectedly somewhere, and boom, boom, in 2 seconds. Assuming you're not detected until you take your first shot. 2 seconds after you've taken your first shot. Watch this. 1, I was waiting for this T95, and 2 seconds, boom. 720 damage, plus or minus, in 2 seconds. But you'll notice there that as I was getting ready to shoot the second shot, I wasn't fully aimed, and that is one thing. This has abysmal, horrible, wretched aim time. I reload the second shot in 2 seconds, but it takes over 3 seconds. That's the official aim time. It's like 3 point something stupid. But okay, let's watch this. I shoot that guy. I'm not detected. Look where he is. Now he's either got a really bad crew, but this is something that's interesting in this tank. Then I shot him again. I'm not detected. And this is what I'm saying, something I call it kind of a medium light tank hybrid. This thing has incredible camo, stationary, and very good camo even on the move. But it is a medium tank, so the camo on the move is a little less, but it's still very good. And the other thing, if you have a fully trained crew that has concealment, that is amazing on this tank, is that even when you fire your gun, with my crew configuration here, I have over 10% concealment. Okay, so that's huge when you have enemies at the edge of that maximum detection range, especially if they do not have good crews or they do not have binocs or optics. If you're fighting lower tiers, you're gonna be able to shoot people that are on the edge of your view range, and because you have concealment, even if you're in the open of over 10% after you fire your gun, boom! Hello! 410. It's really nice to roll those high numbers. That one I snapped. You see that? I forgot to say snap! The view range, not the view, the concealment on this thing is light tankish. I think I'm 40% stationary and over close to 30% on the move. I can't recall the exact numbers, but about that. And over 10% when I fire my gun. So that's light tank numbers. Light tank mobility. Light tank armor. This thing has negative armor. I wouldn't even say it doesn't have armor. It has actually negative armor. It has worse than armor. The turret's big and flat. I think the front is 15, the sides are 10, the rear is 10. Let's just summarize it by saying that every gun in the game that you will ever face will auto-pen you. You guys understand the auto-pen, auto-bounce mechanic? Because the armor is so shit, like worse than the CDC, any gun of any tank that you'll ever face, the gun caliber is going to be 3 times your armor. It will always pen you, no matter what angle you're on, no matter what little oblique how they hit your turret just on an 88 degree. It doesn't matter. Auto pen. You're an auto pen. You have negative armor. Okay, and eventually, when players realize this, and a lot of these start showing up in the game, they'll realize they can just shoot AG at you. No problem. Now watch this. I got the side of this ISU. No problem, right? That's the next thing I want to talk about. This tank is designed for you to lose credits, in my opinion. You see I just took that shot on the side of an IS-3A. 190 pen on your regular round. Okay? Tier 8 medium tank, 190 pen. Oh, you know, but Claus, this is you can sneak up and show up behind them and ambush. You're an ambusher. I know. When you get the situations where you can drive around and show up use your speed and agility to show up behind someone, shoot your 2 shots in their rear. Yes, you just shoot regular ammo. But in a lot of games, you have to use your concealment and fire from far away. Now, shooting projectiles, no problem. But shooting Russian tanks and shooting heavily armored tanks is going to be, you won't pen anything. And in fact, do you remember all those, the big kerfuffle about the preferential matchmaking premiums that all had terrible pen, and they were going to remove their preferential matchmaking and buff them, and then they ended up buffing all those tanks like the Super Pershing, the IS-6, the KV-5, and all, because they had shit pen. They all have better pen than this now. All the old preferential match. 190 is garbage at tier 8. Now watch this. This is what you got to do. Okay, you got to sneak up on them. Like, oh, he's facing my way, and oops, I shot the rock, you know, because I got tracked and I didn't, you know, the things happen, right? Shit happens. Now, you probably watched it. Track this guy for my teammate, but I think he's reloading. Now you're going to watch this and say, Claus, you don't know how to drive. You're a terrible player, because you're watching me now going, well, why are you going so slow and turning so? This thing has very fast. You can drive straight very fast, but anytime you get in close quarters like this that you have to maneuver, like watch, I'm going to turn around now. This is as fast as this thing turns. It turns like a bus. It's infuriatingly slow when you haven't picked up your speed and you're trying to turn. But when you do, get behind someone like this. I don't need the premium ammo. I know I'm firing it, but I don't need it. You know, up the ass twice. This is what this thing's good at, right? Burst damage, boom. 2 seconds, 2, up the ass, get the lube out. Right? But getting back to what I was saying, 190 pen on the regular ammunition, and this is a tier 9 game. I'm showing you a tier 9 game. You're going to get in tier 10 games, right? You're going to be shooting. You won't penetrate any. You won't pen any fucking object in the game with 190. I don't care how good you are, okay? On Himmelsdorf, in any map where you have to shoot guys frontally, you're going to shoot an object 430U, any object, right? And like a mouse, any, high tier, heavy tanks. Or 190 is garbage. So you're going to see some players opt to simply load full gold. The premium shell has 240 pen, which is still not great, but it's a lot better. And I've pressed, what do I got? Do I got the regular stuff now? I think, yeah. And there's my buddy here. This is what this thing's good at, right? 1, and up the ass 2. Victory. So I think you should take, look at that, aced it. Ooh, oh wow, I aced it. Well, that's because not a lot of people are playing it yet. So the bar wasn't set too high. Well done, Progetto, but 3,500 damage. That's kind of a typical game I think you're going to have in this thing. And did I make credits? Well, I ran food, I shot some premium ammo, 44,000 credits. Okay, this is going to be the more typical game. And now this is a tier 8 game. This is the perfect map for this tank. And let's just watch. I think this game kind of shows how you have to play it. And that is super, 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 super carefully. I have not shown you the games where I roll out, get detected, and 2 shots and I'm dead. Because I had those for the first 3-4 games and then realized, oh my god, this thing is a glass cannon. This is like a manticore. You cannot take a hit. And every hit you take, every hit I did take was a turret ring is damaged. My commander's knocked out. The loaders bought the farm. You know, it's just ridiculous. Every single hit, because I don't know why. It's just the way it is. And I lit on fire a lot. Look at this. Look at it. Aim. Look at that aim time. The aim time is terrible. And I did not panic. Press number 2. I'm pressing number 2 right away. Because I was streaming and I played, I think, 29 games in this. And I had some games where I started the loadout with just 10 premium shells. And shooting tanks with 80 and 100 mils of armor with my regular ammo. And just bounce, 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 bounce. And this is the one thing that... okay, this is it in a nutshell. The no bullshit review of it. I think you've kind of seen what's going on here. It's a novelty tank. It's one of those very kind of specific gameplay style tanks that some people will love. And I predict that some really good players that know what they're doing, especially if they have good crews, gone down the French line and have the bat chat. The crew configuration is perfect for a bat chat crew, not for a AMX 30B crew, because it has 3 crew members. If you have a really good crew and you're a good player and you understand vision and concealment and how to remain undetected and shoot from far and get stream sniped like this, if you understand all those things, you're going to love this thing. This is going to be a beast. This is going to be an ambushing beast. This is going to be a stealthy shoot from distance. You spam APCR like a motherfucker from the other side of the map, and no one will see you other than the stream snipers that know exactly where you are. I'm going to have to put a delay on my stream from now on. But anyways, both shots damaged a turret ring. I wanted to show you because, you know, just a module damaged piece of shit. You have negative armor. So I predict that really good players are going to love this thing, and they're going to do great. Inexperienced players or people that just want to buy a premium tank to make credits or train a crew, forget about it. You know, this thing will not make a lot of credits unless you don't shoot any premium ammo, and then I predict you probably won't do very well. You will. Sometimes you will when you're top tier or when you have soft targets to shoot at or when RNG decides you will. But in a tier 10 game, if you've got a loadout of just regular ammo and you say, well, I'll just flank, and you flank, but you get detected by an object 705 or an object 268 version 4 or a mouse or a Death Star or an E100 or anyone, you're going to be dead in about 10 seconds. So you're going to spend a lot of... to do well, you're going to have to spend a lot of your games undetected. Okay, a detected Bourrasque is a dead Bourrasque. So you're going to spend most of your games undetected, shooting from range, at least at the beginning, until things thin out. And then you're going to be just a beast if you can survive to the end game where you have room to move. So if you're just a casual player that you want to make credits, this isn't the one for you. You're gonna die a lot, and you're gonna start pressing number 2 and losing credits. And if you don't have a good crew, if you don't have full concealment and full vision skills, and full gunnery skills, because this thing, the gun, with I didn't even mention it, the accuracy and the aim time are abysmal. And this is about as good as it gets. I have all the skills, pretty much, gunning skills and concealment skills and brothers in arms, and I'm running food. But I miss so many shots. So it's a tank for good players. It's a tank for good players to do well in, and it's a tank for beginners to give more HP to the enemies. Because if you roll out there with a starter crew, a starter crew with no conceal, if you train repairs on this thing and you start driving around, you're just going to die immediately. The strength of it is you have such good concealment on the move that light tank type concealment on the move, not stay. You have fantastic concealment stationary, but on the move you still have great concealment. this allows you to move around the map and relocate and get better angles and better positions so that you can make your 190 pen regular ammo work, or you can surprise people from their sides and rear. That's the strength, okay? But you typically can't do that till kind of later on in the game when there's some places that you can move without. It's harder to do when there's 15 enemies. It's easier to do when there's 5, right? And now this is the typical game. Well, I've never been detected in this game, I don't believe. But I was hit twice. So I'm starting, I have no HP. And let's see how we do here. I'm in this bush, and concealed in this bush, I will probably, they would have to proxy spot me to detect me here. I think, including the bush, I'm probably like 90% concealed here. So enemies would have to proxy spot me to see me here, unless I fire my gun, okay? Now I'm turning around because I'm noticing my teammate in the WZ has moved up there. Now what is he doing? What is he going to do? He's pinging. All right, so he's pinging the map. I assume he wants me to go spot for him, and I do. And I was waiting there till my repair kit was fully reusable. Now you should never do this, right? Your teammates want you to go spot. I'm little. He looks like a light tank. Go spot for me. Don't ever do this. Never spot for anyone. Look, okay, I've spotted the AT-7 in the open in the bush. He asked me to go here. He pinged. Does he shoot? You pinged. I went. I spotted. He didn't shoot. Okay. Well, that's why you never, ever, ever put yourself at risk for your teammates because it's a waste of time. And you're not a light tank. Your gun is much more valuable. Now, I'm not saying you can't have fantastic spotting games in this thing. Yes, you will if you get to the right bush and you have a lot of gun shooting. But there you go. I moved up. I spotted. He pinged. I moved and spotted for him within 5 seconds of him asking me to. Lit the guy in the bush. He didn't shoot. This is what you got to do with this tank. Relocate, take your shots, do your 700 damage. Well, what did I roll for? Low roll to 693 or whatever it was. That's what you do with this tank. Don't listen to any of your teammates. You figure out where you should position yourself on the map, where you want to go, where you can be effective, where you will get side shots, where you could relocate and detect people and use your gun, because your gun is super valuable. Ignore the pingers, because it will just be an exercise in frustration. I gave up another half of my remaining HP to artillery because my teammate said, "Ping, ping, spot for me." Okay, I'll spot for you. They're lit. I don't want to shoot. And now my idea is to create a different angle here. And I've got very good concealment on the move, so I can do this, right? Probably in some other medium tanks I'd be spotted here. But I can do this. And I want to try and get a shot on this little Pantera. Maybe if I go up here into this bush. But I'm detected. Okay, I'm detected probably by that AT-7 who's in those houses there, and luckily he missed. I gotta make this shot count. Gotta make this shot count. Now, you have to aim this thing. Look at the aim time. Okay, I want to make this shot count. Look at the aim time. I've got first stabs. I got all the cruise skills. Please don't let me down. Yeah. Yeah, I like it like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like it like that. So you can show up at unsuspecting angles because you're fast and you have good concealment on the move. Oh, there's another guy. Let me now try and get in this bush this way. I'm going to put the bush between me and the last known position of the AT-7. And now I'm not spotted. So he's still over there. I know now where there he is. I know where he's there. Let's try and track him for my teammate. There you go. But I know what I have to do here. I know what I have to do. I just got to go ambush him. Okay, let's reload the clip. I need 2 shots because he's got over 400 HP. And now I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. Reload. 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 I need 2 shots. Okay, I want to go. I want to go. I need 2 shots. Okay. This is what this tank is really good for. Showing up unexpectedly 2 shots up the ass coming. Here we go. Yeah, okay, here we go. And he tracked them because he wants to track and assist. I think that guy's a very clever WZ player. Well played, my friend. Okay, here I go. Now I can get revenge on this VK. No problem. Russia! Or what? SPG! Negative armor. You got negative armor. You attract the shells to your negatively. This armor is as thin as the, like, you ever open a can of sardines? It's about that thick. But that, my no bullshit opinion is, yes, I like it. It's the kind of tank that I like to play. It's fast. It's got good concealment. The gun hits hard. You're very maneuverable, so you can react to the what's happening on the battlefield. You know, you can flank. You can change flanks. You're stealthy. All the things I like. The things I don't like are the negative armor, the constant module damage, and the 190 pen on the regular ammo means this is a look, you know, lost credits in that game because I spammed APCR like a motherfucker. And you're going to see a lot of players just load full APCR in order to deal with tier 10s. So it's you know, a money losing premium unless you play it handicapped with just the regular ammo without food. And let's face it, you know the drill. You just won't. Your performance won't be as, you won't be as good a player without the food and without the APCR. It's just as simple as that. So it's another one of those, you know, you're going to want to press 2 all the time. But I like the little turd, the little Frenchie. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.